What really happens when you drink baking soda water? Have you ever wondered what's going on inside your body when you sip a glass of water with just a bit of baking soda? It's not some exotic supplement. Not the latest $80 wellness trend. Just a simple white powder sitting quietly in your kitchen cabinet. Baking soda. Most folks use it to bake cookies. Some use it to freshen up the fridge. But when you stir a little into warm water and drink it slowly, something interesting happens. You're not chasing a miracle cure. You're giving your body a small, affordable, natural way to find balance. Now, this idea isn't pulled from old wives' tales or random online trends. In recent years, more health experts, including doctors and nutrition scientists, have been paying closer attention to baking soda and what it can do when used responsibly. So, what makes it so special? Let's break it down. When you mix about 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda into 8 ounces of warm water and drink it especially first thing in the morning, you're giving your body a gentle nudge in the right direction. Here's what some people experience. They feel their digestion improves. Meals sit a little easier in the stomach. Occasional heartburn feels less intense. Some say it helps ease minor aches and soreness after exercise or housework. Others notice more clarity, a little more energy, and a subtle sense of internal calm. There's also some research suggesting that baking soda may support kidney health by helping the body neutralize excess acids. Now, to be clear, the science is still developing in that area. But the early signs are promising. And all of this? It doesn't cost more than a few cents. No complicated program. No subscription box. Just a little curiosity and one simple change. Imagine this. You wake up, you stretch, and before breakfast, you pour yourself a warm glass of water with just a pinch of baking soda. You're not taking a handful of pills. You're not jumping into a high-pressure workout. You're just starting your day with a small act of care. Let's talk safety for a moment. Baking soda contains sodium, something your body definitely needs, but only in the right amount. If you have high blood pressure, heart concerns, or you're following a low-sodium diet, be cautious. In these cases, talk to your doctor before trying baking soda water. And remember, more is not better. Stick with 1/4 to half a teaspoon once a day in 1 cup of water. That's about 8 ounces. Don't exceed it. And don't make it a habit more than once a day. The best time to drink it? In the morning, before you eat. Some folks like to add a squeeze of fresh lemon for flavor. You can do that, or keep it plain. Either way, what matters most is consistency. Small, steady steps are what create long-term change. And this one? It's gentle, it's low cost, and it fits into your real, everyday life. If you've ever thought that better health had to be complicated, or expensive, or overwhelming, this is your reminder that it doesn't. You don't need a gym membership to care for your body. You don't need to go on a strict diet to feel better. Sometimes, all it takes is a simple morning ritual. 1 quiet glass of water. 1 teaspoon of something humble but powerful, and a moment to listen to how your body responds. If you've tried baking soda water before, or if you're just now thinking about it, go ahead and share your thoughts. Your story might help someone else take that first step. Because when it comes to health, we're all learning, we're all growing. And sometimes the most powerful tools are already sitting right there in your pantry. So, if you're ready, take that sip. Let your body do the rest. And remember, wellness doesn't always come with a price tag. Sometimes, it starts with something simple, something quiet, and something that just makes sense. 12. Gentle benefits of baking soda water for older adults. As we get older, our bodies face new challenges. But sometimes, the simplest solutions are the most effective. One everyday item that many folks overlook is baking soda. Yes, that little box in your kitchen. When mixed with water, Baking soda can offer surprising support for common health issues. Let's walk through 6 gentle and helpful ways baking soda water may support your well-being. All explained in everyday language. 1. A simple way to ease heartburn and acid reflux. You know that burning feeling that creeps up from your chest after a heavy meal? That's heartburn. It happens when acid from your stomach moves up into your food pipe. This can cause chest discomfort, a sour taste in your mouth, even a dry cough. It's especially common as we age. Now here's a comforting tip. A half teaspoon of baking soda stirred into a glass of water may help soothe that burning feeling. Why? Because baking soda is naturally alkaline. That means it can help balance the acid in your stomach. When it mixes with the acid, it creates a reaction that produces water and a bit of gas. This helps calm things down. It won't solve long-term issues, but for those occasional flare-ups, it can bring fast relief. Just remember, don't use it every day. Too much baking soda can raise sodium levels and cause other imbalances. So use it only when needed, and if heartburn becomes frequent, it's best to talk to your doctor. 2. Gentle support for your kidneys. Your kidneys are hard at work every day, filtering out waste and helping keep your body in balance. But as we get older, kidney function can slow down. And for those living with kidney disease, the body can struggle to handle acid buildup. That's where baking soda might help. Drinking a small amount of baking soda in water can support your body's pH balance. It reduces excess acid, giving your kidneys a bit of relief. In fact, several studies have shown that baking soda may help slow the decline of kidney function in people with chronic kidney issues. But here's the key point. This is not something to try on your own. Always talk to your doctor before adding it to your daily routine. If they say it's safe for you, baking soda could become a gentle ally for your kidneys. 3. Comfort during a urinary tract infection. UTIs are no fun. They bring burning, frequent trips to the bathroom, and lots of discomfort. These infections are often caused by bacteria that love an acidic environment. By drinking baking soda water, you may help change the acidity of your urine. This makes it harder for bacteria to grow and may ease the burning feeling. Some women who added baking soda water to their routine reported fewer bathroom trips at night and less discomfort. Again, it's not a cure. It doesn't replace antibiotics. But it can be a helpful sidekick, especially when used alongside proper medical care. If you often deal with UTIs, ask your doctor if baking soda could be part of your prevention plan. 4. Boosts your workout stamina. You don't have to be a pro athlete to benefit from better exercise recovery. Even a walk around the neighborhood or gardening can feel tiring if your muscles are sore. That burning feeling in your legs. It often comes from something called lactic acid building up during activity. Baking soda helps your body deal with that. It raises the pH in your muscles, making it easier to keep moving. Some studies show that people who took baking soda before a workout felt less tired and bounced back faster. But be careful. Too much baking soda at once can upset your stomach. If you're interested in trying it before exercise, start small. And of course, check with your doctor, especially if you take medications or have any health conditions. 5. A natural breath freshener. Bad breath can make anyone feel self-conscious. It's not just about brushing your teeth. Sometimes, it's the pH inside your mouth that causes odors to linger. When your mouth is too acidic, odor-causing bacteria thrive. Baking soda can help by making the mouth less acidic. You can swish a small amount of baking soda water in your mouth for 30 seconds. Or drink it slowly, letting it touch the soft areas inside your cheeks. It helps raise the pH, which keeps those smelly bacteria in check. Many people say their breath smells fresher and their mouths feel cleaner. Just don't overdo it. Once or twice a day is plenty. And be sure to continue your normal oral hygiene routine. 6. A helping hand with gout symptoms. If you've ever experienced gout, you know it's no minor ache. The pain can be sharp, sudden, and often shows up in the big toe. It might feel like stepping on broken glass. This happens because of a buildup of something called uric acid. When the body has too much of it, little crystals form in the joints, causing pain and swelling. Baking soda can help by making your body a little more alkaline, that means less acidic. And when the body is more balanced in this way, it becomes easier to flush out excess uric acid. Some folks have added baking soda water to their day and found that flare-ups were fewer and less intense. But here's the thing, baking soda isn't a substitute for medication. Think of it as a supportive tool, not a cure. And if you're living with high blood pressure or any heart concerns, talk with your doctor before adding baking soda water to your routine. It contains sodium, and that's something you don't want to overdo. 7. Supports the body's overall pH balance. Our bodies function best when everything's in balance. That includes something called pH, a measure of how acidic or alkaline your body fluids are. Your blood naturally keeps a slightly alkaline level, around 7.35 to 7.45 on the pH scale. Even small shifts outside this range can affect how your cells work. Today's lifestyle doesn't always help. Diets high in red meat, sugar, and processed foods can make the body more acidic. Add in stress, lack of movement, and poor sleep, and it's easy to fall out of balance. Baking soda, being alkaline, can help support this balance. In fact, a 2024 study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry showed that folks who drank water mixed with baking soda had better urine pH levels and less acid buildup. Does this mean you need to cut out all acidic foods? Not at all. It's more about giving your body the tools it needs. Add in vegetables, drink plenty of water, manage stress, and, from time to time, consider a glass of water with a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. Affordable, accessible, and surprisingly effective. 8. Relieves muscle soreness. After exercise. Ever gone for a walk or done a little yard work and felt sore the next day? That's delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS. It's common and comes from small muscle tears and a buildup of something called lactic acid, which lowers the pH inside muscles and causes pain. Since baking soda helps raise pH, it can ease that soreness. One study in Frontiers in Nutrition found that athletes who used baking soda felt less sore and recovered faster. But this isn't just for athletes. If you enjoy gardening, walking, or light workouts, you might benefit too. After exercise, try mixing a quarter teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water. Sip it slowly. And of course, if any pain is severe or doesn't go away, check in with your doctor. 9. Acts as an antacid to soothe indigestion. After a big meal, have you ever felt bloated, queasy, or had that sour taste in your mouth? It's likely indigestion from too much stomach acid. Baking soda is a classic home remedy for this. Mixed with water, it reacts with acid and turns it into harmless compound salt, water, and a bit of gas. That gas might make you burp, which actually helps relieve pressure. In a study from the American Journal of Gastroenterology, folks who used baking soda for occasional indigestion found relief in just a few minutes, and it's cheaper than most over-the-counter options. Still, don't use it too often. It's great after a heavy dinner, or if you've had a late-night snack. But if heartburn keeps coming back, that's something to discuss with your healthcare provider. 10. Potential support in cancer treatment. This is still an emerging area of science, but an interesting one. Researchers have discovered that areas around tumors tend to be more acidic than healthy tissue. That acid may help tumors grow and make treatments like chemotherapy less effective. So, what happens if you lower the acidity? In a 2009 study published in Cancer Research, researchers gave mice with breast cancer a small amount of baking soda. What happened? The pH around the tumors went up, the cancer spread more slowly, and the chemo worked better. Now, this was a mouse study, not a human one. So, don't think of baking soda as a cure or a replacement for treatment. But it could play a future role as a supportive therapy. Always talk to your doctor before making any changes to your treatment plan. 11. Soothes mouth and throat irritations. Dry mouth, sore throat, or even mild mouth sores, they're uncomfortable and can affect eating, speaking, and sleep. Baking soda helps here too. It's gentle, non-irritating, and can neutralize acids in the mouth and throat. In a study from the Journal of the American Dental Association, people who used a warm baking soda rinse saw faster healing and less discomfort. You can make it by mixing half a teaspoon into 8 ounces of warm water. Gargle or rinse a few times a day, especially when you're feeling under the weather. It's a kind way to care for the parts of your body that do so much talking, breathing, and eating. 12. Helps with minor skin irritations. Bug bites, dry skin, or mild rashes can make your skin itchy and irritated. Baking soda can help calm that irritation. Its mild alkaline quality soothes redness and itching naturally. For a full body soak, add 1 to 2 cups of baking soda to a warm bath. Relax for about 15 to 20 minutes. Or, make a paste with water and apply it directly to itchy spots. Leave it on for a few minutes, then rinse gently with cool water. A review in Journal of Dermatologic Therapy even noted its benefit for folks with mild eczema. But remember, this is for surface-level irritations. Don't use baking soda on deep cuts or open wounds without medical advice. Sometimes, the most powerful solutions are the quiet ones already waiting in your cabinet. Just a little baking soda, a little water, and a little know-how can go a long way. How to properly prepare baking soda water the right way for real results. Using baking soda as part of your wellness routine might sound simple, and it is when done right. But here's the truth. Like many things in health, how you use it can make all the difference. Used properly, it can be gentle and effective. Used the wrong way, it might leave you bloated, uncomfortable, or mess with things like your blood pressure. So today, I'm walking you through how to make baking soda water the right way. No hype, no guesswork. Just clear steps, grounded in real science. Let's break it down. First, you only need 2 things: clean drinking water and plain baking soda. No lemon juice. No honey. Nothing fancy. Just the basics. Step 1. Grab a glass and pour in 1 cup of water. That's about 8 ounces. Room temperature is ideal. You can go slightly warm if you'd like, but don't use boiling water. Heat that high can change the chemistry of the baking soda. And avoid ice-cold water too. Cold liquids can slow digestion first thing in the morning. Step 2. Measure out half a teaspoon of baking soda. That's about 2 to 3 grams. Don't eyeball it. Use a proper measuring spoon. Even a little too much can lead to gas, burping, or a sour stomach. Step 3. Stir well. Keep stirring until the baking soda is completely dissolved. There should be no powder left at the bottom. When it's ready, the water will look clear and feel smooth when you take a sip. Now let's talk timing. There are 2 good times to drink baking soda water. Option 1: in the morning, on an empty stomach. This helps reduce any acid buildup that may have happened overnight. It's also a gentle way to support your digestion as your body resets for the day. Option 2: 1 to 2 hours after a meal. This is when you might feel heavy or bloated. Baking soda can help neutralize excess stomach acid, bringing some lightness back to your gut. But here's what not to do. Don't drink baking soda water right after a big meal. Why? Because the mix of acid and baking soda creates gas. And if your stomach is already full, that extra gas can lead to pressure and discomfort. Also, and this is important, stick to 1 glass per day, unless your doctor tells you otherwise. Yes, baking soda is natural, but it's still powerful. Too much can raise your sodium levels. It can affect your kidneys, your blood pressure, or your heart. Think of it as a short-term helper, a gentle nudge, not something to rely on every day for the long haul. And if you're taking medications, especially for blood pressure, fluid retention, or stomach issues, talk to your doctor first. Baking soda can interact with certain meds, like antacids, water pills, or even some antibiotics. Better safe than sorry. Here's one more tip. Always mix it fresh. Don't prepare a batch in advance and leave it in the fridge. When it sits too long, the alkalinity starts to break down. Also, if you seal it up, gas can build up from the reaction and change the way it tastes or feels going down. So remember this. Make it fresh. Measure it right. Drink it slowly. That's the recipe for making baking soda water a smart, supportive part of your routine. Because caring for your health doesn't have to mean a massive overhaul. Sometimes, it starts with one small, thoughtful habit. And yes, something as simple as this, just a glass of water and half a teaspoon of baking soda, can make a real difference. You're not just sipping a home remedy. You're choosing to show up for your body. With consistency, with care, and with curiosity. So, if today is the day you give it a try, do it the right way. Your body will thank you. Gently, quietly, but surely. One smart choice at a time. Important precautions before drinking baking soda water. What you need to know before you sip. Baking soda. That simple white powder sitting in your kitchen cupboard. Most of us use it for baking. Some for cleaning. But lately, more people are turning to it as a home remedy, especially mixed with water. It's natural. It's cheap. And it seems harmless, right? Well, not always. Here's the truth. Just because something is natural doesn't mean it's safe for everyone, especially when used regularly. That's why today, we're going to talk about the precautions you really need to know before drinking baking soda water. Let's walk through it step by step. 1. Who should be extra cautious? There are some people who need to be especially careful or avoid it altogether. If you have high blood pressure, this one's important. Baking soda is made from sodium bicarbonate. That word, sodium, matters because it's the same kind of salt doctors ask you to limit when managing blood pressure. Even a small amount of extra sodium can make your body hold on to water. That can raise your blood pressure and put added stress on your heart. And if you're already taking medications to lower your blood pressure, drinking baking soda could work against those meds. The same goes for people living with kidney disease. Your kidneys help control the sodium and fluid balance in your body. When they're not working at full capacity, adding baking soda can throw off your electrolytes, leading to swelling, fatigue, or worse over time. If you have a heart condition, like heart failure or an irregular heartbeat, the added sodium from baking soda might make things worse. It can cause your body to hold on to fluid, which increases the workload on your heart. Are you on a low-sodium diet for any reason? Then baking soda probably isn't a fit unless your doctor gives you the green light. And a quick note for pregnant or breastfeeding women. Your body is more sensitive to salt during this time, and changes in hormones or kidney function may increase your risk for side effects. Always check with your doctor first. The same caution applies to young children and older adults, especially those with fragile health. Their bodies respond differently, and what seems safe for one person may be too much for another. 2. What about medications? Be aware of interactions. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. Baking soda affects your body's pH level. That's the balance between acid and alkaline inside you. Changing that balance, even slightly, can interfere with how certain medications work. Let me give you a few examples. If you take antacids, adding baking soda can make your stomach too alkaline. That might upset your digestion or make the antacids less effective. Some antibiotics, like tetracycline, need stomach acid to be absorbed. Baking soda could reduce their effectiveness, which is the last thing you want during an infection. If you're on diuretics, also called water pills, or blood pressure medications, those already affect your sodium and potassium levels. Adding baking soda could tip those minerals out of balance, leading to cramping, weakness, or even irregular heartbeat. Even medications for osteoporosis need an acidic stomach to absorb properly. If you drink baking soda water, it might reduce that stomach acid too much and your medication might not work as well. So here's the bottom line. If you take any prescription medications on a regular basis, check in with your doctor or pharmacist before using baking soda water. It only takes a minute, and it could save you a lot of discomfort or even serious complications. 3. How much is safe, and how often? Even if you're healthy, moderation matters. Most health experts agree. Use no more than 1.5 teaspoons, that's about 6 grams of baking soda mixed in a full glass of water. And don't drink it more than 2 or 3 times a week unless your doctor says otherwise. Why? Because using it too often, or in large amounts, can throw off your body's natural pH balance. That might lead to digestion issues, or raise your blood pressure. It might even interfere with your heart rhythm. Pay attention to how you feel afterward. If you experience a racing heartbeat, nausea, extra gas or bloating, lightheadedness, that could be your body's way of saying, "This isn't for me." Stop right away and call your healthcare provider. Final thoughts. There's no doubt baking soda water can be helpful in some situations. It might ease heartburn, calm indigestion, or help your muscles recover after a workout. But here's what really matters. Use it wisely, safely, and informed. Don't just follow a trend. Take a moment to ask, is this right for me? Because the best health choices come from understanding your own body, not what works for someone else. Sometimes, a small remedy like baking soda water can support your health, but only if you use it the right way. So before you stir it into your next glass, check in with your body. And if you're not sure, check in with your doctor. That's how smart habits start. With knowledge, care, and a little self-respect. Start small and stay steady every day. When we think about getting healthier, most of us imagine big changes. Maybe a strict diet. Maybe an expensive fitness program. Maybe a new morning routine with 12 steps and a smoothie that costs $12. But the truth is, lasting health doesn't usually begin with something dramatic. It starts small, simple, quiet. Something as gentle as a warm glass of water when you wake up. A 10-minute walk after dinner. Or yes, something like a small amount of baking soda in your water, used wisely and at the right time. Over the last few minutes, we've talked about many ways baking soda water may support your body. From calming heartburn, to helping with digestion, supporting the kidneys, even easing joint pain, or helping your muscles bounce back after a walk or light workout. Now, here's the core message behind all of it. Nature gives us tools. We just need to learn when and how to use them. But don't rush. Health doesn't come from doing everything all at once. It comes from small steps, repeated consistently, with care, with patience, and with faith in your own body's ability to respond. Drinking baking soda water one time? That's not going to change everything. But using it carefully now and then alongside other healthy habits, that can absolutely become part of a bigger picture. Picture this. You wake up. You sip warm water with just a pinch of baking soda. You eat a light, simple breakfast that's not overloaded with salt or sugar. You stretch for 10 minutes. You open a window, take a deep breath, and give your nervous system a little peace. Later that night, you shut off the television 30 minutes earlier than usual. And you sleep better. None of these things are extreme. But together, they make a real difference. That's how balance happens. Not from perfection, but from progress. One choice at a time. Now, before we wrap up, let me share a few food tips that are backed by years of both science and practice. Eat whole foods when you can. That means foods that don't come with a long ingredient list. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains. Try adding leafy greens to at least one meal every day. Reach for a banana or an apple instead of chips or candy. Choose brown rice or oats over refined, white options. And when it's time for protein, eggs, beans, fish, nuts and seeds, those are great go-to options. Your body doesn't expect perfection. It just needs consistency. It responds to better choices, even small ones, when you give them time. And here's something I deeply believe. Health doesn't have to be something you figure out on your own. We all learn from each other. And when we share what works, or even what didn't, we open a door for someone else. So if you've tried baking soda water, or if you're just getting started, why not share your story? What did you feel? What surprised you? What might you do differently next time? Because sometimes, the most powerful thing isn't a product or a plan. It's someone else's voice. Someone saying, "Hey, I tried this. Maybe it'll help you too." So, if this message spoke to you, share it with someone you love. A friend who's curious about natural health, or someone who just needs a gentle nudge to take better care of themselves. Because often, real change begins with a single moment. And sometimes, that moment looks just like a glass of water. Thank you for being here with me today. Take care of your body. Be kind to your journey. And remember, small, steady steps create real results over time.